there exists a fruit, a true enigma, capable of both instant repulsion and profound obsession. It's a sensory paradox, so potent it's forbidden on public transport across its native lands, yet so adored it commands prices akin to luxury goods, inspiring cult-like devotion among its adherents. To grasp this dichotomy, we must journey far from the sterile confines of modern commerce, deep into the heart of Southeast Asia's primordial jungles. Here, beneath a canopy of towering ancient trees, amidst tangled vines and a perpetual mist, the durian forged its identity. Its massive, spiked armor and formidable weight weren't crafted for human palates, but for survival. Millions of years ago, in this very ecosystem, the durian evolved a cunning strategy, an overwhelming, musky aroma designed to propagate its lineage. This potent scent, often described as a confounding blend of sweet and savory, of rot and perfume, was a beacon. It was broadcast across vast distances, a primeval siren call intended to attract enormous megafauna, ancient elephants, rhinoceros, and tapirs, creatures capable of consuming the fruit whole and dispersing its precious seeds across the muddy forest floor. This was a fruit engineered by nature for the ultimate broadcast, a visceral signal meant to ensure genetic continuity through powerful attraction and robust dispersal. But somewhere along this epic evolutionary timeline, something shifted. A fruit designed to survive through an overpowering aroma and a formidable exterior, a beacon for forest giants, became one of humanity's most desired, perplexing, and undeniably profitable commodities. The question looms: how did this ancient jungle survivor transition from a wild, creature-driven propagule to a globally trafficked luxury, a fruit whose legacy is now inextricably linked to our modern world? For generations, within the embrace of the dense primordial Southeast Asian jungle, humanity began its intricate dance with the colossal fruit. Indigenous communities, with their profound understanding of this vibrant ecosystem, didn't merely harvest the durian. They cultivated it, nurturing its lineage through centuries of inherited wisdom. What began as a wild, formidable forest giant slowly transformed under their watchful care, evolving into a revered botanical masterpiece. This wasn't just sustenance, it was a cornerstone of culture. The durian became interwoven with ritual, celebration, and community life. Its distinctive odor, a marker of its identity, was a familiar, often cherished scent, a taste of home and heritage. Farmers, their mud-splattered hands worn by the earth, knew precisely when to gather the fallen fruits, understanding their nuances, selecting for traits that resonated with their palates: a sweeter flesh, a richer aroma, a more vibrant hue of creamy pale yellow pulp. Then, the world beyond the jungle began to encroach. Early colonial explorers, driven by curiosity and conquest, stumbled upon this pungent marvel. Their initial encounters were often marked by profound repulsion, the fruit's notorious aroma clashing with Western sensibilities. Diaries from the 17th and 18th centuries speak of fetid stenches and onion-like breath. Yet beneath the veneer of disgust, a nascent fascination took root. The sheer intensity of its flavor, a complex tapestry of sweet, savory, bitter, and creamy, captivated those brave enough to venture past its olfactory defenses. The forbidden durian, once an exclusive treasure of the jungle and its people, slowly began its improbable journey. From the hands of indigenous farmers to the curious palates of foreign merchants and explorers, its reputation, both scandalous and seductive, spread. This ancient reverence and burgeoning global curiosity marked the indelible turning point, setting the stage for the durian's transformation from a jungle survivor to a global sensation. The quiet rhythms of ancient cultivation, generations of inherited wisdom now face a seismic shift. The 21st century hurled the durian onto a new stage: high-stakes international trade. What began as local subsistence transformed, driven by an insatiable, modern demand primarily from China. This wasn't merely about expanding markets. It was about conquering distance and preserving a fruit notorious for its rapid spoilage and pervasive scent. To bridge the vast chasm between tropical orchards and distant megacities, a marvel of modern engineering emerged: the cold chain. Precision, speed, and unwavering temperature control became the new gospel. From the moment the heavy, spiked fruit is harvested, its journey is meticulously tracked, sealed in temperature-controlled environments. Vast, humming warehouses, digital readouts flickering, became the critical arteries of this new global empire, safeguarding each massive green-brown durian from the humid air, arresting its decay, containing its potent aroma. This logistical triumph fundamentally rewrote the economic landscape of Southeast Asia. Durian, once a seasonal delicacy, now commands prices that have dramatically eclipsed traditional crops like rubber and palm oil. Rural communities, for generations reliant on these staples, witnessed their fields rapidly convert. The lure of this golden fruit transformed smallholdings into industrial-scale plantations, reshaping livelihoods and aspirations. But this unprecedented success carries a profound cost. The intimate connection forged over centuries between farmer and fruit, the nuanced understanding of its wild spirit, now gives way to the relentless hum of commerce. The durian, once a mysterious, revered gift of the jungle, is now a carefully engineered commodity, its wildness tamed, its journey dictated by algorithms and global demand. A fruit of such unique character, now bound by the cold, hard logic of the supply chain, prompts a stark question: what is truly lost when a botanical masterpiece becomes an industrial marvel? Today, the journey of the massive green-brown durian culminates in a fascinating paradox. No longer merely a staple, designer cultivars like Musang King command prices rivaling the finest vintage wines. This extraordinary value has birthed an entirely new phenomenon: durian tourism, where enthusiasts travel globally, not just to taste, but to experience its mystique. Investment funds, too, are now backed by durian futures, solidifying its place as a prestigious global status symbol. But the ambition to universalize the king of fruits goes even further. The very paradox of its distinctive odor, which once defined its regionality, is now the target of cutting-edge science. CRISPR gene editing technology is actively being employed, not to diminish its appeal, but to refine it, aiming to create socially acceptable, virtually odorless varieties. Imagine the massive green-brown durian, its creamy pale yellow pulp still laced with deep crimson internal streaks and fibrous texture, gracing supermarket shelves worldwide, accessible without its notorious aromatic signature. This isn't about eradicating the original, it's about expanding its dominion, about making the exotic familiar. From dense primordial Southeast Asian jungles where it was first cultivated, to the vast, temperature-controlled cold storage warehouses and high-tech labs, the durian endures as an unparalleled biological marvel. It serves as a powerful, living bridge connecting ancient biological mysteries with the sharpest innovations of a futuristic global commodity. In its transformation, the durian continually challenges not only our palates, but our very perception of value and authenticity. Is an odorless durian still the king? Or has its essence, its wild heart, merely found a new, technologically sculpted expression? The massive green-brown durian, with its razor-sharp, intimidating spikes and heavy weight, remains, stubbornly, gloriously itself, a testament to nature's enduring power and humanity's relentless quest to decode, control, and ultimately embrace its most singular gifts.